welcome back to the most critically acclaimed podcast in the GMA gaming community. That's right, folks. We're here to talk about the league. And the league at this time is the GMA Gaming Community Cup. I'm so excited that you are here with us, and I'm excited that everyone will be joining us for the tournament. So let's hop right into it. Just one second. There we go. All right. The graphics are going. Everything is cooking. With me tonight, I have the very esteemed, very talented, Great Beard of Odin. Odin, how you doing tonight?
Doing fantastic.
Good stuff. Good stuff. Token, how you doing, my man?
I'm doing great.
I love to hear it. You guys sound fired up. I know I'm pretty geared to go. Before we get going, I want to just go ahead and give everybody right off the bat, this Sunday is our first night of games for the GMACC. The Community Cup starts at 5:30 CST. Games go in order, so if a game runs short, you will be going on to the next game. So game one is Non-Lives versus Team Blitzkrieg. That's slated to start at 5:30 p.m. CST. Option 12 versus Team Phoenix. And then Northern Storm versus White Wolf Gaming. All of these are a best of two. Points are assigned no matter what the outcomes are. So, folks, I hope you'll be there. We'll talk about it a whole lot tonight. And one of the things I want to talk about throughout this entire Community Cup event is Team Feeding America. We've joined with Team Feed to help end hunger in America. No one should go without a meal. Yet, Feeding America estimates 42 million people in America may face hunger this year due to the pandemic. We created this fundraiser to help provide much-needed meals to our neighbors through the Feeding America network of food banks, and we're asking that you join in our cause. GMA Gaming is asking players to donate to Feeding America in lieu of a player sign-up fee. Every $1 helps provide at least 10 meals in our communities. GMA Gaming will also be donating 10 meals at the end of the Community Cup for each pentakill and each Elder Drake taken. We want to feed in of game and out. So we hope that you'll join us in this cause, and we are excited to be working with such a great charity. Well, now that that's out of the way, I am very excited to get rolling. We have some, right off the bat, before we start talking about these teams, I want to talk about some new players, guys. Token went above and beyond and got us some great clips featuring these new players. I'm going to show these to y'all, and then we are going to talk a little bit about some more new players. And first up, right off the bat, we have Godzilla Zilla. Slade. That's going to take me a while. Zamifun going low. Godzilla trying to fight in his jungle. Going low, Zamifun might walk away, but no, does not. Global fight success coming across. 2 kills picked up. Incredible play. Pretty hyped to see. Token, can you talk me through that, man?
So one thing I noticed with Zilla is that not only was he good in that game, I think he got a level 1 kill pretty early on as well, but he has a very good map awareness when it comes to roaming. We saw with that clip that he roamed, and then later on in that same game, he does TP down. So it will be interesting to see Zilla how he plays on option 12. He seems to be very roaming based, aware. He also has very good TP awareness, so it's very interesting. We'll see how he plays out.
I'm hype, and I'm glad you're with us. Thank you so much for joining us in Discord, Zilla. Next is Sladen. DCL on to WD Fan, gets hooked, brought back in, throws out the shield and the ultimate trying to disengage. Godzilla in the mid lane with Idolites and Sladane. Ultimate's coming across from Zamifun. Kills trying to be picked up. Shutdown goes over to Calhop. Calhop picks up the blades, regenerating as he goes because of Divine Sunderer. Zamifun goes low. Double kill going over to the side. Super impressive double coming out of the jungler for option 12 this Community Cup. I'm excited to see him play. Token, can you break it down for me a little bit more?
I think Sladen here will actually be able to complement option 12. He seems to be pretty aggressive, knowing when to dive, when to go in with his teammates. It seems to be a very solid jungler overall. We saw him play Diana a couple in both those games. Impressive in performances in the first game, especially.
I know I'm hype. Again, Sladen, we're tickled pink to have you, man. Excited for some awesome performance with option 12 this upcoming cup. Next is Lord of Admirals.
The Lord of Admirals will stick around mid lane there and maybe try to get a kill on Odin with a Seraphine and Hecarim ult combo.
Now, we do have Sigtal Eternal getting ganked in the top side. We see Sigtal Eternal picking up one there.
My goodness.
Huge slain. Ravane low.
Oh,
Ultimate from Lord of Admirals picks up the kill. Zammy Fun trying to scramble, get something back in return with his axe between his legs, trying to walk away. Not even trying to return damage,
You don't
folks.
get away from the party pony. See,
a lot of people play Hecarim in this community, but I can tell you, my man, you make it look good. Break it down for the Lord of the Seas for me, Token.
So Lord of Admirals looks to be a very micro talented player. You can sort of see with the champ pool he plays. I think he played Mordekaiser in one game. He played Hecarim, and he's also played Zac. So he has a very wide champion pool as well. It'll be interesting to see how Blitzkrieg plays him out because he seems to be very topside heavy when it comes to ganks and power plays within the GCF.
Well, I know we're very thankful for you playing with us. We hope to see you more outside of the Community Cup, your lordship, so please grace us with your presence. Last but definitely not least, who provided a stellar performance in every GCF he's participated in my opinion, as Zammy Fun. Guaranteed that you're going to lose at least 5 more minutes of this game. Sigtal Eternal uses the ultimate in top lane. Zammy Fun walking in circles trying to get that kill. Does not work. Suppression, kill, another corpse ground
Very
into the
solid
ground. Clip showing that the guy has full understanding of his mechanics, and it's very difficult playing into that matchup. So, good clip, exciting stuff. Token, break that down for me a little bit more.
I think Zammy Fun is actually going to become one of these underrated and also probably will have to be looked at as one of those top laners that you probably need to put a little bit more emphasis on, especially since I think he's coming into this league within a pretty stacked top lane talent pool. So it'd be interested to see how he plays into such a diverse and dynamic top lane, and see how he sort of develops and adapts.
It's definitely going to be something to watch. All 4 players, very exciting to see you join our league. Please enjoy yourselves. Participate to your heart's content. We're hyped to see you play, and we're definitely going to talk about it on this podcast. For anybody out there that is considering joining future events that the GMA community has, hit that doodly-doo down below. Follow us on Discord, all of our other socials. We'd love to have you. Next up, let's hop into talking about these team rankings. There's a lot of some meaty information to dig into about this, and I think we're going to get some first shots fired for this tournament. So let's go ahead and hop into that. I'm going to read the rankings out to you all, and then I'll get your reactions based off each team one at a time. All right? Gregosaurus Rex, my man, thank you so much for the sub. What we're going to see, our community, those that participated, have said in first place will be Blitzkrieg. In second place, Northern Storm. In third place, Option 12. In fourth place, Team Phoenix. Fifth place, Non-Lives. Sixth place, White Wolf. For posterity's sake, I did include the voting breakdown in this slide. Feel free to clip that, anybody that has issues with it, so that you can bring it up later. Excuse me, folks, I'm having a drink, and it's already starting to come back up in me, getting bubbly. So we're going to break down these teams and go through your rankings a little bit more in depth, and we're going to start with the top of the pack. That's Blitzkrieg. Odin. right off the bat, Blitzkrieg's voted number one by a very large margin. Going from the top down to support, we have the Pistol Crab, Lord of Admirals, Goonstomp, J-Dog, and Smokey the Bear. What are your thoughts on this squad?
Yeah, so I actually agree with community rankings here. I think if this team stays all on the same page, they will be the strongest team. I would be surprised if they drop a game. But that being said, I have been on teams who look good on paper, and then you just don't get on the same page. But Pistol Crab has proven himself that he's a fill main. He can play anywhere. I've been playing some draft games with Admirals. He's constantly impressed me in those draft games, so I wouldn't be surprised if he is the front runner for best jungler of the split. Goonstomp, he hasn't been around for a while, but from what I remember, he's always been a solid guy. Maybe not someone who's going to win you a game, but he's also definitely not a player who's going to lose you a game either. With this team, if anything, question mark is going to come down, I think, from the bot lane here. We've seen J-Dog struggle in the past with transitioning lanes. So if this team has a weak spot, it's going to come down, I think, from the bot side. But then again, with ADC, I think it's be an easier lane to play safe, and I think with the solid jungler of Lord Admirals, keeping that map stable, I think they'll be a tough team to beat if they all come firing off right away.
Sounds like some good points. I know I'm excited to see a lot of these players. Any hot takes or any feedback you want to give, Token?
I don't think this team is as strong as people like to give it to. That's my hot take. I think the main thing that I've noticed with people is that it's mostly they have diamond, platinum, diamond, or in title, right? Past seasons ago. And I think what people need to understand is that J-Dog's playing on his off row, and I think it's one of his weakest off rows. So you take the diamond away aside from that, where do you actually think J-Dog slots MMR-wise? And then you have Pistol Crab, who is, of course, a fill main, but then you have to look at the top lane stack that he's playing against, and then you have to ask yourself the question, okay, out of that whole top lane stack, who's going to really run it down against him, or who's he actually going to abuse? I don't think he abuses Relexus. We already saw that matchup, actually, in a GCF game where in both sides of the coin, he did get smashed. I think in the Mundo versus Jace, and then the York versus Kled. I don't think he will do. I think Zami is pretty solid. Relexus, Sigtal Eternal doesn't really run it down. He's pretty darn safe. And then you got Pointy, who's been moved up there as well. And it's like sort of hard to like state. Well, how does Crab actually do it from, or Crab actually carry from there as well? And then you have Lord of Admirals, where I think he's microly like I think he's one of the best micro talented players in the game. But you think about it as a team game, and it's like, well, can he play both top and bot? We've seen in his GCF games he likes to emphasize top side more, and with such a weak bot lane, how does that actually transfer to his jungling? Because we've seen teams that have been very heavily focused on their jungler getting ahead get shut down really, really fast.
Some good feedback. I know, regardless, as the host of the podcast, when we said Blitzkrieg was going to spend the entire split floating in 5th or 6th place, seeing them projected to be first with a lot of the same players coming back onto that squad, it's going to be something to watch. It's something to watch closely, admire, and give some good feedback on. I'm excited for it. So if we go back to our rankings now, we'll see that second place is projected second place from our community is Northern Storm. So if I reading Northern Storm out to you folks from top down to support, we have Pointy, Mixlink, CB Hickey, WD Fan 13, and NS Token. The support's garbage, but we'll let him tell us why this is a good team. Why don't we start there, Token? Why are people right or wrong about Northern Storm?
Yeah, I don't know why my team is second. They got like a garbage support. I don't know why we're not 6th place, like all the way around. But joking aside, when you guys look at the Northern Storm team, and was one of the things that we had to look at when I was part of the balancing team, was that when you overall look at this team, it's actually really hard to balance this because you have a pretty stable top lane. I've played with Fan a lot. This was back in Split 4, Split 5, and Split 6. A little bit in Split 6. but I play a lot with this guy, so I am mostly known as his dual kill partner a lot when he wants to play bot lane. So we already have synergy going into this, and then you have Mixlink, who has been fairly good at the jungling role. Like, he's been very stable. He doesn't seem to run it down as often, not unless he's playing against teams that purposely play into that, where they try to target jungle bans. And then we have CP Hickey, he is known as a support, but I do remember him playing mid in like split 3, and I think a little bit in split 4. I can't remember if that's the right split or not. And he seems to be safe as well. So this team doesn't seem to be this team does have its true carries. You do have Pointy in the top lane, you do have Fan in the bot lane, and it has potential for a lot of different things to come out of this team.
Should be a good time, but that's some bold statements. Odin, is Professor Token correct in this one?
Yeah, so actually, I think they're gonna be more of a middle of pack type team. I honestly think they might struggle with how to play the game. No, playing with Pointy, I know he's a guy who's gonna want to be playing, more carry top laners, but carry top laners in our elo, especially in this league, teams don't seem to know how to play around it. So I think this team's gonna struggle with trying to figure out how to figure out a play style. And I think we're gonna see Pointy having to probably end up reverting back to tanks because it's typically junglers don't play around that top side, or teams don't play around the strong carry top. It's just that's been my past experience, and I think they're just gonna, while they be good players, I think they might try to struggle trying to find that identity and where to really play through and how to properly play through it.
Could be, could not be. No matter what, my ship for this team is Mixlink and Pointy because their styles together are risky smash. So I really hope anytime we get action north of the mid lane, I'm hearing that risky smash in chat. I really want to hear it.
I hope we can see someone pull off that top lane carry because that was something I've always wanted to see because that's what's meta right now, not tanks. So Pointy, you better be bringing something flashy top lane.
So it is indeed a risky smash. I like it. You can't write this stuff, folks. Well, looking back at our rankings, we are going to see in the 3rd place position, option 12. Could this be the quote unquote curse or blessing? Gonna show that this isn't true. Are they really a top tier team? Let's break down this squad. So option 12, starting in the top, going down from top to support. We have Godzilla 123, Sladen, Greybeard of Odin, A Prowler, and Huge. I want to give you the same opportunity I gave Token Odin. Odin, go ahead, start us off. Why are people right or wrong about option 12?
I actually had us probably middle of the pack as well. So the community is right on where I'm thinking. The reason for that is, for me, this is the team that's, I think, the question mark team. We have 2 new players to the league who people aren't really familiar with, so people are not gonna really know what to expect from them yet. You have me in the mid lane, who last time I was mid, I wasn't thrilled with my performance, and there's always that question mark of how deep is my mid lane champ pool. And then we do have Prowler playing a tertiary role for him, so it's how much work did he actually put in that ADC, and he's again playing with a support that he's not too familiar with playing with. So it's I think it's a lot of question marks across the board, and it's how well can we bring all of our elements together and see how well we can play.
I think there's a lot on the table that this team could be successful at. I will disagree with you that a middle of the pack team. I think the unknowns that you have definitely lean more towards the positive. But let's hear from the professor himself, the man with the master's degree in League of Legends history. Token, what should we be looking at in regard to option 12?
I actually think your team is solid. Prowler's been farming so many solo games, ranked solo and dual queue games, playing ADC. He's been like farming, and I wonder if he's gonna get I really wonder if he's gonna get the J-Dog buff, where he basically has to take a split to sort of get used to the role, sort of get used to the comfortabilities and the different nuances of the role. Maybe he takes another split, but he's been grinding a lot of these games out. I think your top lane jungle probably has the best synergy I've seen so far, coming in as like a new pack. Typically, when you see top jungle synergies come in, they sometimes let's just say they either are feast or famine. these guys can sort of play both sides of the coin in a sense. And although they did lose a game where we did see the GCF, I don't disregard them losing it. Rather, it was more of a team draft problem and stuff like that. So I think your top jungle is actually quite strong as well. And then there's you in the mid lane. I think you've been increasing your champ pool as much, which is going to be a lot of fun to see you play. So it'll be very interesting to see. Yeah, you've been increasing it a lot. I've seen a lot of different champions you've been playing. It's going to be fun to watch you guys. I'm dead serious.
Don't be telling lies about me now. I play one champion and that's it.
Yeah,
Well-
and then everyone will ban it anyway. It's okay. You got to play the other ones anyway just to show them off.
Beyond all those silly statistics, Prowler actually has the highest Scrabble score in terms of his style. So if you tack that onto his KDA, I mean, you're a top tier team.
Yeah, again, it's getting those parts to fit together.
Yeah, and you got two people with team as their style. I mean, that's just some synergy. You can't buy that. You can't bounce around these untangible folks.
Well, you got me over here with combative as my team style. So
Yeah,
we'll
you're a
see how
combative.
that
You're a combative, aggressive team that's gonna all in level 2 somebody. It's gonna be great.
If y'all do all in, you just such a talented bot lane support with these tanks. I was really taken aback by his Maokai play. Just it's ban worthy. There's a reason it's on the card, folks.
He likes to play goofy shit support, so watch out for that.
Yeah, it's uplifting words for a teammate. I love to hear it. So next we move towards Team Phoenix. Team Phoenix are some strong players with probably the friendship is magic buff, if there was one. These players all play together very frequently. They're all on first name basis with each other. I'm excited to see how this plays out. I'm going to keep my ear to the ground for any drama because I know it's going to be entertaining. Starting from the top, going down to support, we have Sigtal Eternal, Alonzi Tardis, Gregosaurus Rex, Alpha 935, and Princess Peach. This should be a pretty fun team to watch. I think there's a lot of carry potential across all the map, which is very, very unique that these players really do have that one character that they can throw everybody on their shoulders with. Beyond all that, we have a potential to see a majority AP bot lane out of the 5 games of the regular season, 5 sets of the regular season that we're going to see out of Team Phoenix. And that just makes me super excited for the amount of opportunities that we're going to see, some exciting off-meta stuff. I'm real excited for it. Excited. Can't stop saying it. Token, what are your thoughts on Team Phoenix?
I'm actually a little surprised that people have put Phoenix fourth and not a little higher, with just how people see this team. I could see the understanding though, because it's like when you look at this team, it's hard to state who is going to carry. And rather than, I think they have the friendship of magic buff, and probably they have the team buff, considering that they have mostly played with each other. They're probably coming in with the most synergy as a team. The question really then lies on like who is going to truly carry this team. If you had to pick one person and say that they don't get their favorite champions, how are they going to carry this game? Are they going to carry through bot, through mid, through top, through jungle? Is it going to be through macro plays through the bot lane or through the mid lane play? So it's going to be interesting to see how they sort of play out and how teams also play into this as well. The bot lane Alpha and Princess Peach is known for double AP bot lanes a lot. So how do people then match that question? Are we going to start to see Assassin's bot lane to match the mages? Are we going to say Bruiser's bot lane to match their style? Who knows? It will be interesting to see.
Odin, is that a good analysis, or is he a burned out Phoenix or a reborn Phoenix?
Yeah, so I'm just going to pretty much agree with you guys. I actually picked them second here. For me, this is Team Party Bus. They all play together a lot. I think they're going to come in playing together really well. But I do think towards the end of the season they will start petering off, and as other teams get more familiar with each other, they will start dropping more games. And simply because of that, which was already said, I don't see anyone on this team actually being that true carry. A lot of these guys are more that supportive player style. So it'll be interesting to see if one of them can actually step up and be that guy who is game 5, I'm putting the team on my back kind of player. But with that said, I think this team will be really hard to beat if they get a lead. But if they can't get those advantages early, I can see teams easily taking games off them too. I think this team really is going to need to find out who they want to carry through and have them grow as a player and expand their champ pools to more carry type champions.
No, I dig it. I mean, if anything, this team could walk away as homecoming king based off a chat. Very popular, attractive people. Uh, good on your parents for birthing good-looking people, and good on you for taking care of yourselves. I'm proud of you. Going back to rankings. In fifth place, according to the community, we have 9 lives. 9 lives roster going from top down to support. We have Rolexus, Calhop, Chaosix, Burn the Heretic, and Diet Cuba Libre. I think that this team has an incredible redemption arc. Like the anime writes itself. I'm excited to see him grow. I personally have clashed with a lot of people on this team, and I think there are some gifted players with some very obtuse looking pools. So I'm excited to see how they go. Or I'm gonna break myself for that, folks. No more excited after this podcast. We'll get some new words. Token, tell me your thoughts on Nine Lives.
I think this team, and this includes the next team, is probably going to be the team is going to be that underestimated a lot. I think that this team actually has a really good solo lane duel with Relexus and Chaosix. I think if you guys actually watch Chaosix's games, he has roamed much harder than any other mid laner that I've seen and kept up in CS. And just remember this game is based on how well you're able to sort of fit the tempo of the game while also being able to keep up in CS or basically stay close to CS with your opposing mid laner as well. Relexus being back up in the top lane will be interesting to see how his champion has changed. This meta is perfect for him. It's actually perfect for him. So it'll be interesting to see if he can actually carry his team and how his team plays around sort of the carry top lane style at this moment.
It will be exciting to, oh my God, forsaken word. It should be exhilarating to see Rolexus try to carry this team through the top lane. We've already had some very insightful feedback from Odin about how carry tops are really the meta. Do you think this could be their split, Odin?
I mean, I hope so. I mean, granted, I wish it was, when I was still playing top, and I really wish that Rolexus would be playing top at the same time I was, because, it always seems we keep missing each other in the top lane every split. And it's when I'm back there, he switches to a different role, and we just can never seem to match up. So I'm curious to see how well he plays. And actually, this is Nine Lives is actually the game that I'm most looking forward to playing, just because I know Chaosix likes to play some spicy things mid, so I think that's gonna be an exciting matchup. But yeah, I think Nine Lives is gonna be in that same the soup with my team and stuff. We're trying to fight for the top of the middle of the pack, right? And then for me, it's me seeing how these guys fit together too. I know it's kind of like a broken record, but I haven't seen too much of Calhop's jungle, unfortunately, so I don't know how well that's gonna put together. And we've seen how well strong jungles dictate games. So if he can get his soul laners going, this team could be really strong.
I agree, and I want to issue an apology up front. I just realized Calhop has been such a consistent member of this community over the past few months, playing in GCFs, playing in Games of the Months, being vocal and helping new members. We didn't give you a new member package, a new member clip, because you feel like you belong so much already, Calhop. Mark my words, next podcast we're going to have you some good clips, buddy. I'm sorry for the oversight, folks. We try and be as thorough as we can. But nope, should be a very good split for non-lives. I'm ready to watch this anime. We'll see what happens before the end of the season. Now, looking back at the rankings, we do round things out now with White Wolf Gaming. White Wolf Gaming, going from the top down to the bottom. We have Zammy Fun, Idle Lights, Wishbone, Ravane, and Amaya-chan. Strong players. I'm going to take the sign that no one voted for them in first or second as the fact that no one on their team voted. I want to highly encourage, with as much authority in my voice as possible, when you see these optional surveys we post, one, we usually don't collect your personal information, so no one's going to come at you for your opinion. And two, just do them. Do the surveys. It makes for fun content. We want to provide fun content. And even beyond all that, believe in your team and believe in yourself. If you have issues, let us know. We want to try and work through anything, any issues that you feel or any negative feelings you have. So please be vocal. Now, running off the assumption none of them did vote, because I'm in my heart, that's what I feel. You're all dumb. You're all very dumb. I think every GCF that Wishbone played mid, she showed her competency, and the aggressiveness that she played support has only benefited her in the mid lane. And even on games where she played Zed and it didn't feel late game like the most impactful champion, it showed a level of mechanics that she hadn't shown before, and I'm excited to see her in the mid lane. Zammy Fun was the most consistent player across all GCFs in the month of June. Hands down, the guy, if you put him in a role, he performed well. Idle Lights took a break from League, came back. He's got the right attitude, and he's ready to shine. Ravane, I would put Ravane winning a 1v1 against any person in this Discord. The guy's got the pool for it, and he's got the micro skills to take care of it. Amaya Chan, probably one of the most storied supports in the entire league. There's no reason this team should be voted the way it has. And I'm sorry, it just shows the cumulative intelligence of this community for the fact they voted like they did. So I want to hear some opinions of people probably less tilted about it. So Token, let's start with you.
Oh, hold on. Let's have Odin go first. I want to hear his opinion.
Okay, well, yeah. So as far as, like, I guess I'll admit I had them last, and that's because I think this team is gonna try to be focused around playing around bot, and bot right now is just not the meta. So I think meta is really about your solo laners and getting those ahead. Whereas, I've played on a team with Ravane. I know he wants to be that that point color, that big carry for their team, and I think team's gonna revolve around trying to get Ravane ahead and get it going through the bot lane. And I just don't think that's where you want to be putting all your eggs in your basket currently with this meta. Is in ADC when solo laners are so powerful. And I haven't seen Wishbone play mid, but you guys talking about her playing Zed. I'm excited to see someone else playing fun assassins instead of your standard control mages that everyone plays that are just total snooze pills to watch. So I hope she keeps bringing that stuff out. And then like you said, Zammy's been really solid. Every time I play solo games, he's like Pistol Crab, where he just plays whatever and everything. He seems to be doing it all at the same level. He just grabs random champions and he can seem to play them at a acceptable level of first time again. And I haven't seen Idle Lights jungle too much, but it's I would imagine he's going to be able to work around with his teammates pretty well. And Mychan has been a solid support, and he does like to play. Again, he's like he plays all that goofy shit. And that makes it really hard to prepare for because you never know what's going to be coming out on the bot lane. I just think their downfall is going to be focusing too hard on playing through bot instead of trying to get soul lanes ahead.
I can dig it. I think you've made some solid points between the two of you. I can understand the uphill fight they have, but I think this team's got the right boots on to make the trek. It'll be a fun time to watch regardless. Well, folks, that wraps up your team rankings for the community. I'm going to go through those one more time.
We're not going to get a point of view.
Oh, did I skip the Token?
We're behind time. I think that summarizes them pretty well.
Oh, okay.
I think that
I went to Token first, and he opted into you.
He's afraid to tell you what he thinks about them. That's what I'm hearing.
I have them rated 4th. I think they're underrated 100%. I think they can play through top lane. I think this team is seen as boom or bust, and that's really. And I think you, Odin, actually brought it up pretty well. It's basically a team that either can go really far or can do pretty well if they play through the right lanes, if they can play through Zammy, or they can bust. And we'll see which one they are.
Well, it's gonna be. It's going to be spicy next week when we come back to this subject after getting 2 games under our belt with White Wolf Gaming. Well, folks, I want to bring in a special guest for an announcement. Peach, we're so glad you could be here for this announcement. What do you want to tell the fine folks watching this stream, listening to our podcast, and enjoying the GMA community?
Hi, friends. Odin, Token, big fans. I just wanted to pop in here as your guys' esteemed social media director of the GMA group, right? Thank you. A round of applause, thanks. We are doing a RP giveaway. The first night of the split. I think it's gonna happen before the last set of games. So it'll happen after the second. We're giving away 2 separate $10 RP cards. You can enter for one of them by retweeting any of our tweets on Twitter. You can do it multiple times or once a day, but you can do it like multiple days. I think right now we have like over 30 entries, which is pretty pog. Okay. Or you can duet us on TikTok. 9 Lives, you guys have our most popular TikTok, by the way. It's like this cute picture of all your guys' faces, like showing you guys off, and it's our most viewed TikTok right now. So it's probably because Rolex's face is on it. And then the second RP card will just be given away to people who are watching. There'll be like a thing that you can sign up for, and we'll draw out of those and give you guys some RP. So make sure you're there.
Should be a good time. Like Peach said, that's going to be after Game 2. Our games start at 5:30 CST. That goes 9 Lives versus Blitzkrieg, followed by Option 12 versus Team Phoenix, and Game 3 being Northern Storm versus White Wolf Gaming. Peach, you're a treasure. Thank you so much for the work you do.
Bye.
Well, folks, we're going to start rounding this out, but before we do, I do want to get people's predictions, but I want to issue a spicy prediction myself. We're going to get some Twitch Prime subs. Folks, did you know, because you are a member of that free shipping bountiful harvest of Amazon Prime, you get access to tons of free in-game loot as well as a free sub through Twitch? You can use your Twitch Prime sub for our channel. It keeps the lights on. It pays for the awesome prize support that we have at the end of our tournaments. Your subs give us an opportunity to provide some real meat and potatoes at the end of our tournaments. So please give us that Twitch Prime sub. We'd really appreciate it. Let's hop in and break down these predictions for this week. It should be a pretty exciting week based off the conversations we've had. Game 1 was 9 Lives versus Team Blitzkrieg. I'm giving Blitzkrieg the 2-0. I do think that they, right off the bat, have pre-existing synergy. That's going to provide some big benefits for them. And it's a redemption arc, so you got to put 9 Lives at the bottom side of that, so it's the best viewing potential possible. Token, who's going to win this one?
I have 9 Lives versus Blitzkrieg as 1-1, mostly because this will be interesting to see how 9 Lives plays through both Rolexus and Chaosix. My highlight is this is the most interesting set of games because we do see the most interesting opposing laners. We see Rolexus versus Crab. We're going to then see Chaosix versus Goonstomp. So the most stable versus the most mid laner that roams, and then we have the bot laner between J-Dog and Heretic. So it'll be very interesting to see those matchups play out.
And that takes us to Odin. Odin, what are your thoughts? Who's walking away? 9 Lives or Blitzkrieg?
I want to say it's gonna be a 2-0 Blitzkrieg, but I want to be wrong. So 9 Lives, please prove me wrong and at least make this a 1-1 series. But right now, I think it's gonna be a 2-0. I just think Blitzkrieg right now is looking by far like the strongest team currently. And I want someone to prove me wrong. So 9 Lives, bring it to that first series.
I think they will. It's a great game. It's a great set to start off our Community Cup. Following them is Option 12 and Team Phoenix. I've given this as a 1-1. I believe both teams are more than capable of walking away with the victory between the Friendship is Magic and some of the latent carry potential in 012 with some solid shot calling. They might be able to walk away with some wins as well, so 1-1. Odin, who's walking away with the victory?
Well, the unbiased side of me right now on the podcast wants to make this a 1-1. But I am biased, so screw it. Phoenix is losing. It's Option 12 2-0.
Woo! Shots fired. Token, did he point in the right direction, or were these blanks?
I have you guys both as 1-1. I call this the most sporadic game because this will be interesting to see how you guys play this out. I feel like if you guys win the first game, it's potentially you guys will probably win the second game. This is from option 12 side. For Phoenix, I feel like win or lose, it will depend on like how they're feeling and whatnot. But I don't think you guys are just going to roll over and die. So I feel like with the ways that your top jungle is, with you in the mid lane, it'll be very sporadic and hopefully a kill fiesta of a game, which is what I'm predicting.
I am very I am very ready for this matchup. My body is ready. My mind is geared. Rounding us out for the sets on Sunday, we have Northern Storm versus White Wolf Gaming. I believe that this is going to be a 2-0 to Northern Storm. I have belief in this squad, and I think they can go far and take the victory in Week 1. Token, what are your thoughts? Who's walking away with the win?
I'm like Odin. I'm biased. I'm gonna say 2-0, but not because I think our team is going to stomp White Wolf. But I have taken my team to take this White Wolf team quite seriously, mostly because they have the potential to upset a lot of the favorites that they're going to play against. With Zamifun and Ravane having the most carry potential on their team, and Zamifun almost being able to carry a game, that will be very much difficult for us to not just slack off and assume this will be the easiest 2-0, considering they are the weakest team. We put this in quotation marks. So I assume, but with our champ pool and with all the crazy shit that we can pull out, and you will see in our drafts, I think we'll win pretty. I think we'll win pretty handedly because of our draft and our preparedness.
Odin, is he full of it, or is this legit?
I have them as a 2-0 as well. I think going in, White Wolf is going to try playing through that bottom style, and they're just not going to be able to get any steam rolling playing that way. I think it's going to take them a few weeks to, figure their stuff out and really trying to get going through other win conditions. But everyone likes that underdog story, so just like last split, we had that last rated team end up finishing first. So this is your chance to do the same here and show everyone is wrong about you guys. So like everyone else, bring it. Let's see what you got.
I'm excited to see what everybody brings on Sunday night. Before we wrap up, housekeeping. I'm excited. Ooh, Justin Sigtal Lord, get that word out your mouth, son. I am elated to bring you the news that one of the goals for reaching one of the milestones for the Feeding America fundraiser was a 1v1 Jarvan only tournament with Kenos, and that will be August the 3rd. Look for more details in our Discord as well as Facebook. We will be announcing next week when the Among Us alcohol suggested 21 and up stream will be taking place. Look forward to that next week on the podcast. I want to issue a special challenge. You guys seem like you're fighting with Nightbot. I will weaken Nightbot's powers for Sunday's game if we can raise $45 before Sunday through Team Feeding America. You can donate that at the donate button down below on our Twitch. Also, you can check out our Discord. We've got the link plastered everywhere there. Please donate and shut Nightbot up. Put him in his place. Why not? You can buy power. That's cool. That should be it for us tonight. I want to thank my two talented, very heated guests at certain points, Odin and Token. Guys, you did a phenomenal job. I want to thank our community. You guys are the reason we're here. All the work that everybody puts in, playing the game well, being a community member well, it's too much, and I'm very thankful. You can follow us on all of our socials. Check those links out down below. Join the Discord, and as always, it is your digital Lord and Savior, Sigtal Lord, wishing you a good evening, and thank you for joining us while we talked about the league. Have a great night.